everybody, Sharp Best Fantasy Sets. Happy Thanksgiving. It's week 13. You can tell it's Thanksgiving because if you go back to August and see my face, it is slowly getting fatter. That's what happens in the wintertime. It's depressing. But I promise you in April, it'll be back off. Or it won't be. Who knows? We got Nas here, Tim here, Mike here. Sir can't make it. He's traveling for Thanksgiving, but we got his picks in. We'll get to Tim first because he went through he tried to fight four people apparently and got his ass kicked and had to get surgery. So some neck surgery. How you doing, Tim? Be prepared for the laughter when he talks. Go on, Tim.
Listen. Somehow, looking like this is still better than the Jets season. So we fight. We stay fighting.
All right, Mike coming back from a haircut, but he's on. What's up, man?
Living the life, man. Living the life. Yeah, I'm on the way home.
And then Nas, who's the young one out of us, he's itching to go out and have fun and party like 22-year-olds do. And I'll be in bed when he is headed to the bar pretty much. How you doing, Nas?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. Who you meeting up this night? You got Ya, Ahmad, your girl going out with you or no?
No, not tonight. It's a fellas.
It's a fellas night on Thanksgiving Eve. Tim rolled his eyes. It's like, oh, I'm sure you won't be getting texts every 20 minutes, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Be safe. Anyway, let's get the show on the road because Nas needs to go out and live his youthful experience until he's too old and he gets tired and he's stuck watching It's a Wonderful Life, which came out 100 years ago, pretty much to this day. James Stewart. Okay, let's go. Roundtable here. Nas, let's start with the Patriots here. You got your ass beat after you once again said that they'd cover. Is this season over now? Like, are you done? You're done caring. You're not picking them anymore. You've thrown in a towel. You're not even going to sit and watch on Sundays.
No, the season's been over, but I'm still watching because I think with this draft coming up, we'll probably have like a high draft pick and get somebody that can maybe move the needle a little bit. So I'm still watching. All
right, and I played last week. My team played the Cowboys. We won like idiots, and somehow they're probably gonna win the next three and go 7-7, and somehow give me false hope to get in. But like I said, being a fan growing up, all I ask for is every week means something. Oddly enough, the NFC's so bad. If Dallas gets to 7-7, they're in the mix in the wild card. And oddly, I think they will get to 7-7. They have the Giants, the Bengals at home, which they suck at home, and then they have the Panthers. It is possible, but if they lose one more, it is what it is. No more tanking. They're not going to get the quarterback they need. Dak will be the quarterback next year. It's a matter of coach. So it was nice to at least watch the craziest game of the week. By the way, it was 10-9 or 13-9 with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left in the game. And it ended up 34-26. So all things considered, they gave me a pretty entertaining game that I didn't even start to watch. Tim, you had a bye. But you got surgery. Would you say it's a win or loss?
Definitely a win, man. We got all our fingers and toes moving, so good week for your boy.
All right, Mike, get a bye as well, man. How you feeling? Was it nice to just sit, chill back, and watch the whole AFC East pretty much lose, except the Dolphins, who aren't even a threat?
Yeah, it's good to be stress free for at least 1 week. My body needs it, and my mind needs it too. So yeah, it was nice just to follow fantasy guys that I have and just not worry about the Bills.
All right, and let's get into this MVP talk. I know we talk about it every week, and it's usually Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. But as I said in one of our group chats that Tim's not in, sorry, Tim, it's a basketball chat. You know, if you get healed and you start playing out in Cranford with us, you could be involved in the chat. And knowing you, I think you will one day play with us. But you haven't played in a while, and I think you'll be exhausted, and then you'll just never talk to me again. Yep, there he is. But you're a fireman, so you better be in shape. Otherwise, why the fuck am I even calling you? All right, so MVP race. We got Lamar, we got Josh Allen. SAQUONBARKLEY has something to be said. And I know it's not a running back race, but there's ever a time to even consider it. It's Derrick Henry and SAQUONBARKLEY, more Saquon. He might rush for 2,000 yards. If he rushes and breaks these records, Nas, I'm going to you because you're a Lamar apologist. Are you giving it to Saquon, or are you still saying no, it's a quarterback award?
It's a quarterback award. The league is quarterback driven. I don't think maybe he could win like offensive player of the year. He could have that, but this league is just quarterback.
Well, why can't it be Lamar gets offensive player of the year, Josh Allen gets offensive player of the year, and Saquon gets the MVP?
Because it's a quarterback's league. Quarterbacks rule this league. This is what this league is about. Good
But
quarterback.
wouldn't you agree that Jalen Hurts isn't as good as Lamar?
Yeah, I would agree.
So if not for Saquon, are the Eagles 9-2?
I can see where you're coming from, but in my opinion, I just think that this league is just quarterback driven, so it's a quarterback award. It's rare. It would be like mind blowing if he wins MVP.
Even if he broke all the records.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mike, not even to bring up the Josh Allen debate with Lamar, are you thinking on Nas's level, like it's really outrageous he could win this?
I mean, look, if he does all those stats, that he deserves it. I'll say, yeah, he deserves it. I mean, I'm not sure what Josh Allen's going to do the rest of the year, but as of right now, like I think he deserves it. If he breaks a record, I think he more than deserves it. But but Nas said, it's not going to happen. It's like it's wishful thinking to think he's going to win the MVP. I mean,
why not though? Like if he rushes for 2,100 yards and has 500 yards receiving and has 20 total touchdowns, like I know it's wishful thinking, but like think about how many quarterbacks are closer at the end of the year to Lamar and Josh Allen than running backs would be closer to what Saquon's done. Is it that outrageous, Mike?
No, it's not that outrageous, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. I mean, that's just when's the last time a running back won an MVP? I think it was Adrian Peterson. Or
did he even win it, or did he win Offensive Player of the Year that year? I don't remember.
I think he won MVP.
He won MVP with Christian Ponder as his quarterback. So you're looking at 2015, maybe 2014, around there, 2013.
Yeah, around there. I mean, I just don't see it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I'm going to disagree with Nas on that. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but I just don't see that him winning it just because that's how the league is. It's a quarterback-driven league.
Tim, your take.
If he breaks the records and one of the two quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, don't keep improving as the year goes on and keeps those stats up, I think he wins the MVP. I don't think it's outlandish. I don't think it's wild.
Would you vote for him if you had a vote and he does that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too. I would absolutely as well. And it's weird how like I'm the Cowboy fan, like advocating for this, but like I see it out. I call it as I see it. And also I think like last year, Lamar and Josh Allen were levels above any running back. Even McCaffrey only had 1,400 yards. Saquon's there. Like he's there right now. So in my eyes, like why not change it up? Give the running back the MVP and give Josh Allen the Offensive Player of the Year, which would really annoy Bills fans. The 1 year that Josh Allen actually should win it, but I don't know. So who you got as your favorite right now, Nas? Lamar, Saquon, or here, let me phrase it. Who you got as your favorite, and who would you vote for? Lamar, Saquon, Josh Allen. Put them in those three, that order. Fuck the odds. What you think?
I would go Lamar at 1. Saquon's different right now. I would probably have to go Saquon 2, and then Josh Allen 3.
I think I'm gonna get a different order here. Mike, where would you go with this?
I mean, look, based off what the NFL does and who votes, you give the MVP to the guy who has more wins. That's what happened last year. Lamar Jackson had 2 more wins, so he took the MVP over Josh Allen. Even Josh Allen had to double the touchdowns. So if you're going by wins, it goes Josh Allen, it goes Saquon, and it goes Lamar.
And if you had to vote right now, you're voting Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah, I'm 100% voting Josh Allen.
Tim, what order?
Josh, Saquon, Lamar. But I will say if Joe Burrow somehow gets that team in the playoffs, and because his stats are absolutely ridiculous, I wouldn't be surprised him getting some late love from voters.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I have the same order as well. I'd probably vote Saquon just to upset the apple cart, as they say. Nas, you ever heard that saying?
Never.
You never heard that saying. Can you say that tonight when you're drunk?
I don't drink.
Can you please? Okay, when you're out and whatever you are, if you're having a good time, can you get in a conversation with Ya and Ahmad when they're arguing, which they will argue, and say, hey, not to upset the apple cart here, but I think this. Can you say that for me?
Yeah, I'll say it for you.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to follow up on this as well. Really quick before we get to some Thanksgiving stuff, How about the Kansas Jayhawks beating the Colorado Buffalo? Just throwing that out there. Not only beating them, but absolutely destroying them. Also, Naj, you owe me a handle of Tito's. Throw that out there. And I am going to congratulate the New York Red Bull being one win away from their first MLS championship since 2008. They play Orlando this Saturday night, and I will be out at a bar at a watch party watching it because it's all I got right now. Thanksgiving, Mike, I'm going to start with you. Do you think I've seen this argument a lot? People get sick about the Cowboys and the Lions on Thanksgiving. Are you for changing the tradition up and making it different teams, or you're okay with it?
I kind of forget it's like the same teams. I'm like, I watch the games and I'm like, oh damn, this team was winning last year. But dude, I don't think you could change it, man. I think the tradition is a tradition, and even if the game sucked or the game, really, who's actually sitting down and watching the whole game? People are talking, playing cards or playing other games or talking to family. So it's like nobody's really watching the game. I mean, the Giants and Cowboys are going to be the worst game, but the other two I think can be good games.
Fair enough. Tim, what about you? I think we've been watching football longer than Nas. Obviously, I know Mike got in it in like 2001, so we grew up with like the 1993 game, which I'll get to in a bit as one of my countdowns. What do you think? I like it personally.
I mean, I personally like it. You're never going to take Dallas out of that prime time spot. Everyone loves the Cowboys. They draw numbers. The Lions, it's nice to see them doing well instead of just being
dude. Yeah,
an awful game to watch. Now we get to watch
no idea.
Dallas.
No idea what it was like growing up when the Lions were bad. Like that 12-hour game was a wash. Like you just didn't even give a fuck about it. Nah, so what do you think? You're younger. Do you want to see? You're not so keen on this tradition. Do you want to just see it different?
Yeah, I would like them to switch up the games. It gets boring watching Dallas. Then you got the Bears. It's either the Bears and the Lions or the Packers and the Lions. I feel like I would like them to like switch it up a little bit. But there's always a different 8 o'clock game. I feel like there's never.
What happened was the Cowboys and Lions were real bad, and Lions were always bad up until Stafford really got there. But like the Cowboys started to dip around 99 to like 04. They weren't that good. So in 06, I want to say they added a night game. I'm just spitballing. It might have been the Cardinals-Eagles. So they decided to add a third game so people could actually fucking watch another game because both teams sucked. So I think that was the greatest change they made. And I personally love the Christmas games as well, even though they fucked the NBA over, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it was always, I remember growing up, it was always like LeBron versus KD or Kobe versus like LeBron.
And now it's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, you don't even watch it.
The NFL is king. All right, really quick, I just want to hear your reaction on this, and then we will get to our picks because it's going to be a quick show here. Lamar Jackson only has one loss versus the NFC, and it's versus Daniel Jones. Tim, how do you feel about that?
That's a ridiculous stat.
It's unbelievable. I don't know for sure, but I think the record's like 30 something and 1.
I think it's 33.
33 and 1 versus NFC. And Daniel Jones is the team that beat him. Nas, that's your MVP.
I mean, like Mike says all the time, Lamar Jackson can't play defense.
It's true. Oh boy. Got him there. So is that why he lost the one game? He couldn't play defense.
Couldn't play defense.
I don't even remember that game.
Tell him to play both ways. What do you mean?
Was that the year that Daniel Jones led him to the playoff?
Yep, exactly.
So up until then, he was probably like 28-0.
Yeah,
fucking nuts. God bless him. All right, we're going to get to our picks here. We'll go to Mike last because it seems like he's having technical difficulties right now. So we'll start with Sir. So this is the time here to make up some ground. Mike is 19-16-1 after going 1-2 last week, after touching the money when the Chargers were up 7-0 and claiming he'd be 2-1. Nas 18-18, just a game and a half back. He's right there. Sir drops to 16-19-1. I 2-1 with 13-22-1. Him 4-2. You wonder what would happen if he had neck surgery in week 1 and he was on the show the whole year. But this is a big week because not only do we do the 3 Thanksgiving games, we pick our own 3, so there is 6 games to possibly make up. And we will go with Sir's picks right now that he sent me. Sir is going to take on Thanksgiving. He is going to take Detroit -10. That's the line because he says the Lions are different at home and the Bears will not play well after losing 5 in a row. He's taking the under with Dallas and the Giants at 37, and he's taking the Packers -3.5. Those are Sir's Thanksgiving picks. On top of it, his other picks are the Bucks -6 at Carolina. He says he's still not done picking against Carolina, even though they screwed him last week. He's taking the over Houston-Jacksonville at 43.5, and he's taking the Chargers -1 at Atlanta. So that's Sir's 6 picks, 3 with Thanksgiving and 3 of his own. Mike, you're in first place here. If you want to start, go for it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Dolphins +3.5 for Thanksgiving. I don't think that Jair Alexander's playing, and another guy they're missing. I think that's gonna hurt them. It hurts me to pick the Dolphins just because, first of all, they can't play well in cold weather. I think they're I think they might be 0-8 since 1992 or something like that in cold weather games, like anything below 30 degrees. I forget the stat, but it's ridiculous. But I'm going to rock with them +3.5. Then the Giants, I'm going to go with Sir 2 Giants, Cowboys under 37. Both offenses suck, and I think the Cowboys win, but I just don't think it'll be over 37. And then
like a 17-13 game.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the last Thanksgiving pick game, I'm choosing the Bears +10.
Okay.
I like the way Caleb is playing since they fired his OC, and I do think that there'll be a lot of points scored. I was going to pick the over, but I'm going to go with the Bears +10. I think they do cover there. And then for the non-Thanksgiving games, I'm going to go with the Vikings and Cardinals over. I think that's over
45.
Yeah, 45. I don't think the Cardinals' defense is that good, and I think Addison is going to start hitting the stride with Jefferson together. And I don't know. I think the Cardinals are actually hitting like a downward spiral right now.
Can I ask you, Mike, really quick? Would you start Sam Darnold or Jordan Love this week?
I would start Sam Darnold. Yeah, I would definitely start Sam Darnold.
All right.
Yeah. And then my other pick is Texans -4. I mean, Jaguars suck whether the Lawrence plays or not. I really think the Jaguars are the worst team in the league. And my last pick is
Buffalo, right?
Yeah, Buffalo -6. I've never picked Buffalo on this show, so I'm really scared to do so. But Brock Purdy's hurt. I don't think he'll be playing. And I think the Bills do cover the -6.5 easily. It's going to be a snowy game, but that's the type of weather that we play in, and the 49ers do not.
I personally love the downward spiral of the 49ers. I don't know if you guys do. Maybe because they just own the Cowboys. It's just fun to see. Like, fuck them. Like, I'm over them. I'm just over them. All right, Nas, 18-18. Chance to over. It's a big week, Nas. You could overtake first place here. 6 games on the slate. Go for it.
My first game, the Bears and the Lions, I'm going to go over. I think it was at 47.5.
Yeah.
I'll go over that. My second game, I just feel like this game is just going to be crazy. So give me Dallas -3.5. And
crazy in what way? Like just weird?
I feel like Dallas is just going to come out like CeeDee Lamb, 2 touchdowns. Like I don't know. I'm just.
But you see like a 38-4 beating.
Yeah, something like that, like 21-6, 28-6, something like that. But CeeDee Lamb is going to play a huge part in that game.
Okay.
My last pick for the Thanksgiving games is I'm like 50-50. Give me the Packers -3.5. I watched the way they played last week. I know San Fran's pretty banged up, but when they were offensively, they were running the ball well. Jordan Love was making the throws he needed to make when he needed to make them. So give me the... I'm sorry. Scratch that. Okay. Give me the Raiders +12.5 at Kansas City.
Well, you could do that too. That's not a Thanksgiving
No,
game.
no. Okay, all right. Then give me the Packers minus.
Like, we can do it.
Give me the Packers minus 3.5. Then.
You want that pick too? Like,
No. Yeah, I want the
Nice.
Packers. Give me the Packers. No
Okay,
Raiders.
all right,
Give me the
all
Packers.
right. So fuck the Black Friday game.
Yeah.
All right.
Act like that's not even there. All right, and then my 9 Thanksgiving picks. They took care of me last week, so why not continue? Give me the Ravens minus 3 at home against Philly. Ravens minus 3.
You don't trust Philly.
Why?
You don't trust Philly? You don't.
No, I just think the way
I'll tell you what. This is a big MVP game.
it is 100%, and I feel as though Baltimore will come out at home and just run the football, and then Philly will just fall on their backs at one
First
point.
the NFC too. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lamar is 33-1 against the NFC.
crazy.
But my second pick, give me the Rams minus 2.5 at the Saints. I think they bounce back. Tough loss to Philly, but I think they bounce back. And then my last pick, give me Joe Burrow and the Bengals minus 2.5 at home against the Steelers.
Love that pick. All right, so Nas has some ground to make up. I'll go now. First game when everyone's preparing turkey and trying to nap. Detroit minus 10. No rhyme or reason. They're just beating the shit out of everyone. That's that. Give me Dallas minus 3.5. Giants are awful, even as bad as the Cowboys are. I think they 24-20 even covers the number. And give me Green Bay minus 3.5. They've been good to me this year with covering or giving me some points on the over. So minus 3.5. Another 24-20 game. That's a small cover. The non-Thanksgiving games. I got the over on that KC Black Friday game, 42.5. You're telling me the Chiefs can't win the game 30-13? 42.5 seems low. I think the Chiefs have one of these games where they finally cover, but I'm not taking that. Over 42.5. Give me the over on the Jets Seahawks as well, 41.5. Another game I feel could be 24-20, which covers. And give me Carolina plus 6. Carolina, I'm starting to believe in a little bit. I mean, they're playing hard, man. And I'm going right up against Sir, but hey, they might lose the game, but I hate to use this number, 24-20, they still cover. So those are my picks. Tim, go on. Just go 10.
I like to change one pick. I'm sorry.
Okay, what do you want? Are you sure? Are you sure? Last time Nas did this, he got burned.
The Dallas Giants game. I'm going to go Dallas minus 3.5. I don't want to do the under anymore.
Okay.
So Dallas minus
Jinxed
3.5.
all of us. Thank you. Fair enough. It's written down now. Tim, go.
Alrighty. I got the under in the Lions-Bears game.
Wow.
Something about
You've been going over with the line.
I have. They screwed me last week. The Lions' defense is really, really good. I just, I don't see the Bears putting up that many points. Lions could score 48 by themselves, and I look really dumb when they win 48-0. But I'm going to take the under in that game.
Or you could look good if they win 47-0.
Yeah, imagine. I'm taking Dallas minus 3.5 like everyone else. It doesn't matter if it's. I don't care if it's DeVito. I don't care if it's Drew Lock. The Giants stink. I think you're going to see a lot more of.
That might be the lock of the week, honestly.
Yeah, Rico Dwaddle.
Picture
against
the lock of the week being Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys.
You wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago, but
No.
Here we are. And for the late game, I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 3.5 against the Packers. Miami's 30 points per game since Tua returned. Packers seem, for whatever reason, to play close games no matter what, except for last week against the bum-ass 49ers. And the 49ers had, I think, 3 interceptions that their defensive backs were just like, here you go. We don't want that one. So that game could have been completely different, given those interceptions. As far as the rest of the slate, we got the over in the Seahawks-Jets game, over 42.5.
Oh,
I said 24-21 Seahawks. Jets are going to score some. It'll be interesting to see how that line moves if Breece Hall's out.
I had it at 41.5, right, Tim?
Yeah, that's fine. I when I looked earlier today, it was 42. I'll take 41.5.
41, I'm giving it because I wrote that down.
Much better. And I had the Bucks minus 5.5, but Bucks minus 6 against the Panthers. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to keep up with Baker in that offense, and the Bucks blitz a whole bunch, and Bryce Young doesn't do well against the splits. So those are my reasonings. And last but not least, I got the Texans Jags over. I had it 43.5. I'll do whatever. I think Mike picked that.
43.5. 43.5.
Yep, they already hit 44 in their first game this week. Trevor Lawrence is back. That's got to be an improvement slightly to give them some points. And the Texans passing game is going to go off against the Jags. I think they're like the third worst pass defense in the league. So those are my picks.
All right, we'll go to our fantasy sleeper here. Mike, start us off.
I'm going to go with it looks like J.K. Dobbins is out this week, so I think they're going to just feed Gus Edwards. Atlanta doesn't have a good run defense. I had him at 4,300, yeah.
All right, oddly enough, Mike, sir is going with that same thing. So if you guys want, you could do 2 thumbs up, thumbs down, even though Sir hijacks that segment anyway. So we'll see about that. My sleeper, I'm going with Cooper Rush, 4,800. Give me the quarterback of the Cowboys here. Why not? Why can't he throw 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving? You know, Jason Garrett did something, and I'll get to that, but he did it. Let's do something here. Cooper Rush, 4,800. Tim, who you got?
So I'll pick somebody else because I had 3 people listed. Gus Edwards was going to be my one, but I figured everyone was going to have him based on his low price tag. I don't want to do what Mike did last week, but if for whatever reason Breece Hall doesn't play, Braylon Allen at 5K is a lock. But I'll go with Anadani Mitchell from Indy at 3,900. Downs and Pierce are both hurt. I don't know if they're playing their full allotted snaps, but if both of them or if either one of them don't play, the uptick in stats and all it's going to take is one deep bomb that Anthony Richardson's probably going to overthrow, but at least there's an opportunity.
Hey, Anthony Richardson's stats, 2 for 13, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. So you got to shout. And honestly, I don't even know who that is. So well done. Good dog down there. No price Nas. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Luke Schoonmaker, the tight end for the Cowboys.
Good pick.
I like that. I don't know how much he costs. Neither
Probably
do I
like
care.
$4.
Yeah, but that's mine.
All right, yeah, especially with Ferguson being out. All right, Nas, you won last week with your pick, Noah Brown. Your first thumbs up, thumbs down of the year. Go for it.
Thumbs up. I got to give it to Lamar. I mean,
of course you do.
Monday night prime time. What was he down 10-0? He was down 10-0. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Chargers -3." He came out. He got his first touchdown in a couple weeks that I've been kept betting, and there it goes. My thumbs down, it has to go to C.J. Stroud. That's my fantasy quarterback. And he is playing god awful.
Really? Because they were anointing him in the Hall of Fame last year. Everyone had him as their top 10 quarterback after 1 year. You know, like, and I was sitting there saying, everyone calm down. It's 1 year. But, yeah, I agree with you.
He's played hard. Like, he made 2 interceptions late in that game on Sunday, and I'm like, why? Yeah. What are you doing?
I watched the whole game. I was like, those were horrible throws.
Yeah.
And I got another thumbs down. Washington kickoff team.
Yeah. That was bad. That was a fun game, though. All right, before we go, I'm giving you my top 5 Thanksgiving game moments here. This is just shit that we watched. I've seen. I can't go back to the 70s and 80s. So, number 5, 1994. I was actually in New York for Thanksgiving weekend on this. Troy Aikman was hurt, and Jason Garrett had to start for the Dallas Cowboys. Had to play for the Cowboys. Threw for 311 yards and 2 touchdowns to beat Reggie White, Brett Favre, and the Green Bay Packers. Great game with their cool uniforms. Number 4, sadly, 1998, Randy Moss at Dallas, Randall Cunningham, had 3 catches, 163 yards. All 3 catches resulted in touchdowns. I remember watching that at my aunt's house. Like, what the fuck is going on here? That's kind of the downfall of the Cowboys in the 98-99 season. Number 3, Tim, you might remember this. The coin toss. 1998, Lions, Steelers. It goes in overtime. Jerome Bettis calls tails. The ref says he calls heads. It's actually tails. And then they give the ball to the Lions, and they kick a field goal to win the game. Number 2, the butt fumble.
Yeah, that's probably my best. That's probably the
In
best one.
2012, which will live in infamy. However, number one goes to Leon Lett. 1993, there was a blizzard, oddly enough, in Dallas versus the Dolphins. Cowboys block a field goal up 14-13 with 3 seconds left. All the Cowboys have to do is not touch the ball. And Leon Lett, for some reason, comes over and kicks the ball. And then the Dolphins recover. They get one more chance. And Pete Stoyankovich gets a game-winning field goal for the Dolphins to win 16-14. Now, Troy Aikman addressed that one time. Leon Lett wasn't supposed to be on the kick team, but somebody got injured. So he had no idea about the rule. So it actually makes him look less bad. But sadly for Leon Lett, you remember him for that. And the Super Bowl where Don Beebe ran like 90 yards and knocked the ball out versus the Bills. So those are my number one moments. Two of them are Cowboy disasters, actually, which sucks. But really quick, before we go, Nas, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Macaroni and cheese,
Baked?
of course.
Say, well, I'm what? It's not, of course, for us. We throw it in a pot and we mix it. It's not baked for us. Mike, favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Well, let me give you my favorite Thanksgiving moment. It's Josh Allen versus the Cowboys on Thanksgiving when he ran over, I think it was Van Der Esch to get that first down to seal the deal. That's my favorite Thanksgiving moment.
Congrats. He ran over a white guy with a neck injury. Good for him. Gives a shit. It was
I would say
he ran over Tim. He ran over Tim.
My favorite Thanksgiving dish is probably sweet potato or candy yams or whichever. I mean, I think they're both kind of the same thing, but yeah, I would say sweet potatoes.
All right, Tim.
I'm simple, man. Give me some mashed potatoes with some butter, man.
Yeah, I go with mashed potatoes, corn, and then the spinach, and then I drip ketchup all over it. And then I mix it around and just eat it. I'm like a child. Nas, you just be honest. I know you've been to Thanksgiving at white people's houses. Do we not season our food enough? Is it bland? Is it plain?
I plead the fifth. I have a question for you guys.
All right, what's up?
What quarterback on Thanksgiving Day will play the best?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm gonna go with. I'm going with Cooper Rush.
I wasn't expecting that.
I really am. Like, I think Cooper Rush has a day. I think he does. Mike, who you got?
That's a tough question. That's a good question, Nas. I'd have to say probably. Honestly, dude, I think for some reason I have a gut feeling that the Bears upset the Lions, and I think Caleb Williams has a day.
All right. Well, the Packers upset them last year on Thanksgiving. Nah, so you think? You asked a question.
Tommy DeVito.
I plead the fifth. You picked the
How you pick
Cowboys.
Dallas by 3.5? You pick Tommy DeVito.
Because I wasn't expecting to answer the question.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Tim, who you got?
I'm taking Tua.
I just don't think it'll be Goff because I think if they do win, they're just gonna run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
But all right,
Last question.
Don't you have to go somewhere? Like,
who's your Heisman winner of the 2024 college football season?
I'd probably go with. I'd probably go with the running back from Boise State.
Same,
yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't be mad if Travis Hunter won it though.
I assume it's going to be the running back since they're not going to give it to Saquon in the NFL, so they'll let the running back win in college.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Well, do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I mean, do you not see what the hell Travis Hunter's doing on a weekly basis?
I saw him lose last week to.
He had 2 touchdowns and damn near 150 yards.
Can't play defense. Oh, wait, he does.
He does.
And actually,
they didn't throw his way.
All right, that's it. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Everybody be safe. Nas, for real. Be safe. Be safe out there, bro. Take some Ubers if you guys got it. Enjoy your night.
Let's go Buffs.
Bye.